Hey everybody. It has been a very long time since the last video update I put out to everybody. I haven't actually even gone to my channel to see when the last one was, but it's been a while, right? Uh, man, I've been thinking about doing this for a while. Just things have been kind of so crazy and busy, so I kind of just wanted to update you guys on everything. I thought I'd really, quickly just make this video. First off, I want to thank you, all of you, again for your participation in the research that I did. Um, I got such fantastic participation and input, and as of course, you probably guessed. I can't remember if I said it straight out or not, but yes, that was the research for the Aptera, mobile app that we were working on. So that was for Aptera and everything. Thank you guys so much for your input, your participation. The surveys and the interviews you all filled out was perfect, absolutely perfect. To give you an idea, like what happens after all that. So what happens is, I take all of the data, every single word that is mentioned in those interviews and those surveys and everything, and I catalog all that data, and we find what I would call user insights. Right? We find what's in common. We find what patterns, how everybody feels about things. And so, of course, when we go to interview the users, like actually when I talk with them, I'll pick some from, the main group from similar experiences, and I'll pick a couple of outliers, right? So I'll interview everybody. We collect it all together, and we put together a detailed report about how the design then should be. So what you have here is I interview a group of people who have never met before. They have varying backgrounds, but they all want the same thing, right? They all want to have an electric vehicle mobile app that works, right? And yet they all come to the same conclusion. Group of people never met before, all saying the same thing, and that's how that's what users want. It makes it very easy to follow what users want, and that's exactly, what resulted from that. I use this illustration all the time. I'm pretty sure I told everybody, I pretty much use this illustration. I always say that a designer cannot design for himself. Like in this case, unless a designer is going to buy 10,000 Apteras, he cannot design anything on his own ideas. He must design it for the users. User research must come first. And man, you guys helped deliver that so perfectly. I enjoyed every single second of it. Thank you so much. With that said, I'm very sorry if maybe you were expecting to get a phone call, to get an actual Zoom interview, and you didn't. I do apologize. After you collect all the data together and you start comparing it, you start seeing the same exact patterns from all the users. So you kind of hit a sort of critical mass of sorts, which at that point, it means, well, you're done. You found the patterns that you need. Any more interviews and you're wasting time, you're wasting money. And because the app, the development was like time is of the essence, I didn't want to spend time where perhaps it wasn't needed. So thank you all so much for your help. It would not have been made possible without your help. Thank you so much. Man, it was just a fantastic experience. Thank you so much. With that said, I do have a little bit of sad news. I'm not working for Aptera anymore. So in case I didn't make this, clear, I apologize if I gave the wrong impression. But I was actually just contracted to work for Aptera. So this was, I guess this was always kind of seen as just a temporary thing. But what happened is that I was offered an incredible opportunity at another company called Deloitte. They're a pretty big company. It's a pretty incredible opportunity, what they offered me. So I just, as much as I didn't want to, I really couldn't say no. There's no telling if that opportunity would still be there in the future. So I accepted, a position from them. So I haven't actually been at Aptera since I think like the end of May, beginning of June. And Deloitte made it very, very clear. They made it very clear that I could not work at Aptera and with them at the same time. They were, yeah, they said pick one or the other. You can't have both. So yeah, that's just how it goes. However, I am an Aptera ambassador. I am still deeply invested in their success. I want them to succeed. I genuinely feel Aptera deserves to succeed. And so anything I can do for them, I'm going to do. What that means, I don't know. I actually just started my new position last week. And so I need to perhaps get specifics about maybe if I'd be able to volunteer. But we'll see. It's a conversation I have to have with them. So, I mean, I know, a little bit of sad. I'm still kind of sad about it too, but, it kind of is what it is. I thought I'd share, what did I do while I was there? So while I was there, I was assigned to take care of the user research. And eventually I was going to help with the testing. So that user study I did where I talked with all of you and had you fill out surveys, that was the biggest part of that. Again, thank you so much for your help. I wasn't assigned to help with the actual design of the app or the design of the in-vehicle display either. My duties were just doing the research. And that was great to do. I had a great time doing that. I really did enjoy it. They have a report with all of the insights I gathered from all of you. You all were very specific, just really, really great stuff. And that will guide them, into, developing an app that everyone will enjoy. I thought I'd share what was it like? What was it like at Aptera? Obviously it was like a dream come true for me. I think you all know that I really loved, what I was just kind of working on, just kind of bringing my own little vision to life, and yet I get to help contribute to this company that inspires me so much. I absolutely loved it. I loved being there. And again, I attribute that opportunity to all of you. I mean, I really don't know. I never really asked, but I kind of feel like you guys put me on the map and made that possible. So thank you so much. Even though it was kind of short-lived, that's an opportunity and experience I'm never going to forget. I talk about it all the time to this day, and I'm never going to stop talking about it. It was super awesome. Chris even flew me out there for a weekend. It was really, really nice. I'll tell you, they have some insanely talented and dedicated people there. My goodness. Just wow. Some really, really smart, passionate people there. Chris is the nicest guy in the world. He's super, super busy, as you can imagine. Okay, his schedule is chock full, but man, such a nice guy, super down to earth, and he really knows his stuff. Okay, he's on it, man. And that's something I love about Chris, is that he just really knows his stuff. Like many of the people that are there. I got to meet a few of the others. Like I said, everyone there has just incredible drive and passion, and that's what you want to see, right? You want to see that, from top to bottom, passion, drive, a super great attitude. The Aptera that I saw, beautiful company, awesome. I see them having, I think they have every chance in the world to do something incredible with their Aptera. I'm so excited. At this point, what's next? Some of you likely noticed that while I was doing some user research and sending out information on the app, I also started kind of another research project during that project. I started sending out surveys on gathering insight on how an in-vehicle display should look. And first off, again, thank you so much for your input and participation in that one. That one is miles trickier, far more complex. There's so many more working parts. But I was amazed at the comments I was getting from so many of you who, here's a fun little tidbit, by the way. The huge majority of you do not own an electric vehicle. Nope. Most of you drive gasoline vehicles. And so for that reason, I mean, that's incredibly valuable information. So that was a project, I started. in the midst of the mobile app one. I thought it might be useful. But it was around that time that Deloitte reached out to me about the opportunity. So I had to put that on pause. I had just an insane amount of paperwork and interviews to do with them. And I wanted to finish all the work I had at my regular 9-to-5 job. I wanted to finish everything I had with them so they would be okay after I left. And of course, I wanted to make sure I finished everything I needed to do for Aptera, because that was my assignment. I need to make sure I got everything done for them. So the research project, for the vehicle display, the study project, I'd say it's actually halfway in. And I would still love to continue it. I'll gather it together and, I'll share the results for, just anybody who wants to read it. Anybody out there who is interested and could benefit from it, I'd be happy to share it. So, when would that happen? Probably within the next few weeks, to be honest. I'm still getting situated in my new job. There's just a lot that's going into it that it's taken me a little bit to figure things out and get set up. But yeah, so yeah, sad. Sad news. Some sad news, but life is moving forward, and again, I genuinely appreciate all of you because incredible experience. I've had a lot of incredible experiences, and to be honest with you, I think all of you gave me the drive to do that and gave me the support to do that, to all of these. And so thank you so much. I know I won't be as interesting anymore without being tied to Aptera. So if you want to stop watching my videos, that's perfectly fine. But I'll probably I still have a couple of things I want to figure out for my vision of an Aptera app. I think I'd still, some more things that I would do. Some screens that I didn't finish, and I'd like to finish them. And there's a couple other projects I mentioned that I wanted to share with you guys and get your input if you want to. I know you're mostly here for the Aptera stuff, but still, I greatly appreciate all of you and everything. And as a UX designer and researcher, I'm nothing without all of you that give me honest feedback. Every single one of you. So thank you very much for all your help. So you'll probably be seeing some videos from me probably within the next few weeks. And just thank you guys so much for everything. All right, have a nice long weekend.